Hey YouTube, Muchismo Eugene, another video from Exit Strategy. Welcome. Now, I want to talk to you guys about how a narcissist give the word Opps. They give the word Opps. You hear in rap song Opps, O-P-P-S, opposition. They are the epitome of the Opps. Everybody running around, the youth, shooting, killing, hurting, and stabbing each other, hating each other. This generation, Opps, Opps, Opps. It's only the youth that are verbalizing that, putting it in songs. Even them, they're running from their own shadow. That is essentially what a narcissist is doing. They're running from their own shadow, their reflection. You are the mirror. Enlightened ones, chosen ones, empaths. You are the light. Light of the world. The light of the world came. And those who were in darkness didn't come to the light because they knew if they came to the light, their deeds would be exposed. Doesn't that sound like a narcissist? But they don't know when they meet you, you are light. They don't realize you're running straight into a freaking booby trap. The narcissist. You're running into a bear trap. They're essentially jumping off a cliff when they run into one of us. They're coming to steal, kill, and destroy. And in doing so, they end up getting their ass handed back to them on a paper plate. Now, many of us have been destroyed by them. And I just would like to think that a lot of us didn't have our hand in God's hand. Because if you're still alive and you got breath in you, I don't care what the narcissist is taking you through. If you got breath in you, God spared you. God alone spared you. Now that he spared you, he wants you to not only be awake, he wants you to be aware, educated, and attuned. All of those things in conjunction are gonna serve you. Can't be just one. Can't just be awake and aware without being in tune, intuitive, educated, and first and foremost, you have to be connected with God. You have to help. You have to let him help you and guide you through things that may frustrate you, you wouldn't otherwise be able to figure out. You got to submit and be humble under the hands of God, and I think he'll show you. And that's going to entail meditating. And if you don't know how to pray and meditate, I'm going to tell you the best way to know how to do it. Just talk to God like you talk to someone you really, really like or care about. Talk to him like a friend that you're consoling with, that you want to know how your life is going. Be transparent with him. Be transparent with God. And he rewards you for being honest. I wonder if this guy's okay. He's got his head down on his car. Think he's okay? You think he's okay? No, I know. You think he's okay?
I don't know.
You see?
Yes, I see.
You think I should make sure he's okay?
I don't know.
I don't know what to do. He's...
You mean this man? This man?
Yeah.
We don't?
You think we should? Let's find out if he's okay. Just yeah, maybe he's asleep, but
He came here, he was sitting on his phone, but now we don't know.
maybe we can see if he's breathing.
We can check, of course.
Can ask.
You just tap on the door and see if he's awake. You okay, sir? Oh, he's got the thing on his neck, like the epileptic.
Maybe we
Does
can
he
ask.
breathing?
On his neck.
Yeah, he's sleeping.
You okay, bud? You just sleeping? All right, we're just checking on you, man. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disturb you. All right. Thank you, guys. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that, guys. This guy was slumped over his chair. I mean, not his chair, in his car. And he was taking a nap, but I could see around his neck he had almost like a dog tag type chain. And to me, that sticks out as it could be an epileptic, he could be a diabetic, epilepsy, diabetic, anything like that. So just staying attuned. And hey, that goes right along with what I'm saying to you guys right now. This, maybe I'll go this way. There's two ways you can go. But that really boils down to what I was saying. We have to be attuned. And I mean attuned and more so attuned to both what's going on around us and be attuned to ourself and our presence as it pertains to our truth, our authenticity. Don't let people push up on you and fabricate and falsify who you are. Don't let them gas you up believing that you're all this or you're not that. And you're less than. You got to know your worth from the beginning. And once you know your worth from the inset or the onset, you don't have a problem letting people speak their lies or their truth, because your truth stands alone. You don't need validation. You don't need endorsement. So the guy's okay. He smiled. And it's amazing when I talk to people with an accent. I start talking with an accent. I'm not conscious of it, but then it's like, how silly do you sound? Trying to talk with a Bosnian, a Russian accent, or a Spanish accent. But that's the authenticity of Impulse. We want to be able to correspond and be cordial. So much so fault, and I'm still learning. Instead of continuing to speak English like I am now, as much of a twang as I have from Alabama, still should maintain. And that's a matrix type of mindset. It takes a lifetime to come outside of that. You start distorting who you are just to compensate. Not to appease, but to compensate, because you want to kind of meet people halfway. And you don't have to. In that sense, you can just pace yourself and speak. Well, it was knee-jerk when they started speaking like they didn't speak fluid English. I felt like I felt like it must have ended up speaking almost like they're speaking in a broken English. So anyway, back to what I'm saying. What was the title of this video? Oh, well, we're just going to discuss, and I know what I was going to talk about. I'm going to talk about how narcissists in positions of authority and how they get there. We know they get there on the back of other people, kissing the ass and being deceptive. We know this. Why is it so easy for people to allow them to work up the ranks, knowing damn good and well that they're a toxic person? And I'm going to show you in some capacity why this is allowed and it's so easy. Because the person who enlists them into these positions in many cases, let's give you a case in point. Everybody and their grandma knows that this individual has a problem with containing their behavior. They speak to people any kind of way, overtly disrespectful. But a lot of companies may have people in that company that don't really have issue with that kind of stuff because they need the help. They're understaffed, and they feel like this individual who they in and of themselves fool themselves. I'm talking about the person who recruits these monsters into a higher position over other people. These individuals see their worth in respects where they need help. They need people to stay at this company, understaffed, and the staff that they have are not putting up the numbers to compete and to stay relevant in the company. They're not producing the product or not delivering as promised. So they will recruit this said narcissist because what they see, and most times this is a broken individual that's in that position to recruit these monsters, they are fearful of this company or the person above them giving them grief. So they feel like this is a win-win because I know this person is toxic for the most part, but what I see, the advantage is I can hire them in to control and intimidate the staff up under them. So I'll put them in this position because I need these numbers to make sense. Forget ethics. This is the conversation that people normally have when they make deals with the devil, when they recruit people who don't belong in the company, let alone being an oversight to anything. They'll hire them to be security guards in companies. They'll hire them to be loss prevention when their whole conversation is ratchet. Their whole conversation is hood. Their whole conversation is so despicable. But again, the people who recruit and hire them out, first of all, are bamboozled and manipulated with that fake smile that narcissist gives them. And they speak the same language as these narcissists most of the time. When you're broken and unhealed and unaware of what these monsters really are and how dangerous they really can be, this is what we do. We make deals with the devil because they're not bullying you. It's almost like the kid in school that has good morals, but he's seeing the bullying this person who he knows in and of himself. He knows that this shouldn't be tolerated, and it should, instead of him speaking out on this, he doesn't want to dare risk the bullying him. So for that reason, he'd rather stay neutral. And I have some bad news for you, empaths. Staying neutral works in a lot of situations, but there are many situations where it's going to matter whether you stay neutral or not. You're going to have to pick a side. I'm not saying stick your neck out there needlessly and recklessly. So a lot of times you stick your neck out there to try to spare somebody from despair and danger and the different things, and you end up getting double teamed, and you become a part of that problem. And that person who you helped try to save becomes the opposition with you. So all hell could break loose in many cases, but we're talking about with workplace scenarios where people will put in capacities of authority that don't belong there. And I ain't telling you guys nothing you don't already know. I'm just trying to help it make a little more sense in a different fashion and a little bit of a different way. These are really not things that we don't know and we haven't heard or haven't experienced. We really, a lot of times, just didn't give it the critical thinking that it deserved. And it's amazing when you're abused with, and there's a lot of us who have been abused by narcissists, and I want to tell you, it is not an option for you to just go your way and think you're going to be able to just chill, stay in your lane and do you, and just cut all contact off with everybody and start isolating yourself in a very, and all these things are great if you do it in a healthy way, organically. I'm talking in an extreme, in an excess, where you take the high road. What that's going to do to you is going to cause you to miss some things that are critical to you elevating your intuition, your vibration, and seeing things way ahead before you even get to them. What I'm actually saying is you're going to have to be in the field in many instances in order to be able to get the proper training of how to both overcome the abuse that you've experienced and how to be a winner in the fights that you're going to undeniably come upon, or the battles that are yet to come upon you. There's no way around it, guys, and this is not to be sounding all dark and depressive. This is actually should be an enlightening thing for you guys to be able to think on for a second. You don't have to stay there, but you have to think on this, because when things are going great in your life, give God credit for that, give God praise for that. If your life is flourishing, you're thriving, yeah, undeniably, you're in a good place. You're enjoying life. But the good book says in this life you will have many troubles, many obstacles, but he said, but be of good cheer, I've overcome the world. Why did he say that? He didn't say be of good cheer because you're just in a good place. He wants you to be on point, alert, aware, in tune. He was aware of people and the threats that were on his life, Jesus. He knew what they were thinking before they said it. Now I know what he means when he said, these works and greater works shall you do also in my name. And I said it before in the video, how the heck am I going to do something greater than what Christ did? We can see through walls. We can see through walls. When you can look at a person like I can, and you can read their thoughts, you make a psychic look like, if you believe in psychics. And that's what some have done. They have distorted the gift that God has given them. They've used it for sordid gain. They're charging people to read their thoughts. Palm readers. Oh, they are different type of, this is different type of self-proclaimed distortion of something that I think God intended for good. If you're a prophet, if you can tell a person things about their life that they didn't otherwise know, you better use it for the glory of God.